Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on our channel. Today we're gonna talk about the movie which is called The King of the Kickboxers. The King of the Kickboxers, also known as Karate Tiger 5 and No Retreat, No Surrender 4, is a 1990 martial arts film directed by Lucas Lowe and starring Loren Avedon as Jake Donahue and Billy Blanks as Con. Jake Donahue was no ordinary FBI agent. He was known for his unorthodox and often reckless methods, a man who flirted with danger as if it were an old friend. This demeanor wasn't just a professional quirk, it was born from a deep personal tragedy. Years ago, Jake's brother, Sean, was killed in a brutal fight by a man named Con, a formidable kickboxer with a chilling reputation. Jake had witnessed the murder, a scene that played over and over in his mind, fueling a burning desire for revenge. Jake's superiors, aware of his turbulent psyche, decided to put his talents to use in a mission that aligned perfectly with his personal vendetta. He was sent to Thailand to bring down a film producer who made snuff films, movies where the fights and killings were real. The star of these horrific films was none other than Con. The mission was dangerous, but for Jake, it was a chance at personal redemption. Upon arriving in Thailand, Jake was struck by the stark contrast between the tranquil beauty of the landscape and the violent underworld he had come to infiltrate. His first move was to visit a renowned kickboxing school, hoping to gather information on Con's whereabouts. His approach, however, was anything but diplomatic. He challenged several students, mocking their skills and provoking fights. Jake's arrogance and aggression led to his expulsion from the school by the trainer, who saw him as nothing more than a disruptive outsider. Undeterred, Jake's path soon crossed with Thasi, one of the students he had antagonized. Unlike the others, Thasi wasn't easily intimidated. In a swift and humiliating encounter, Thasi demonstrated his superior skills, defeating Jake effortlessly. This defeat was a wake-up call for Jake, a harsh reminder that he was not yet capable of facing Con. Thasi, recognizing a glimmer of potential and perhaps sensing Jake's deeper motivation, advised him to seek out Prang, a legendary master who once nearly defeated Con. Jake's search for Prang took him deep into the heart of Thailand, through remote villages and dense jungles. When he finally found Prang, he was disheartened to see the once great fighter reduced to a shadow of his former self. Prang, now an alcoholic, had retreated into a life of seclusion after his defeat by Con. Initially, Prang refused to train Jake, seeing no reason to involve himself in the young man's quest for revenge. As Jake prepared to leave, a gang of thugs descended upon Prang's home. Jake attempted to defend the old master but was quickly overpowered. To his amazement, Prang, despite his apparent drunkenness, sprang into action with incredible speed and strength, dispatching the attackers with ease. This display of skill and the mutual respect that followed convinced Prang to take Jake under his wing. The training that ensued was brutal and unconventional. Prang pushed Jake to his physical and mental limits, using methods that seemed more torturous than instructional. Jake endured grueling exercises, harsh environments, and psychological tests designed to break him down and build him back up. Over time, Jake's body grew stronger and his mind sharper. He learned not just the physical techniques of kickboxing, but also the discipline and mental fortitude required to master the art. With his training complete, Jake began to participate in local kickboxing tournaments. These fights were intense, each one a test of the skills he had honed under Prang's guidance. Jake's victories quickly garnered attention, not just from the local fight community, but also from the criminal underworld he was there to dismantle. His prowess in the ring caught the eye of the film producer, who had made a business out of broadcasting real death matches. Jake's ultimate goal was within reach. Jake was invited to a remote location in the jungle, where a cage-like arena awaited. The producer had arranged for a showdown between Jake and Con, the reigning champion of the deadly films. As Jake made his way to the arena, a sense of foreboding filled the air. Unknown to him, Khan and his thugs were making their way to Prang's home, intent on eliminating any support Jake might have. Upon arriving at the arena, Jake was immediately locked in the cage. The producer's sadistic grin hinted at the horrors to come. Khan entered the arena, a menacing figure with an aura of invincibility. To Jake's horror, Khan threw a lifeless body into the water surrounding the cage. It was Prang. The sight of his fallen mentor filled Jake with rage and sorrow. The stakes were higher than ever. The fight between Jake and Khan was brutal and bloody. Khan's strength and ferocity were overwhelming, and for a moment it seemed as though history would repeat itself. Jake was battered and close to defeat, but in his darkest moment, he remembered the lessons Prang had taught him. Drawing on every ounce of strength and every technique he had learned, Jake mounted a desperate and determined counterattack. The battle raged on, each fighter pushing the other to their limits. Jake's resilience and newfound mastery began to turn the tide. In a final, climactic moment, Jake used one of Prang's techniques to deliver a devastating blow, impaling Khan on one of the wooden stakes of the cage. Khan, the man who had haunted Jake's nightmares for so long, was finally defeated. In his last breath, Khan grabs the rope in an attempt to send Molly to a grounded spike in the water, only for Jake to rescue her. The Thai authorities arrive with O'Day and Anderson. Jake is relieved to see the film finally get shut down. The Thai authorities blow up the bamboo dome as Molly and Jake celebrate as they can start their lives over together. The King of the Kickboxers effectively combines intense martial arts action with a profound narrative of personal transformation and redemption. The film's compelling character arc, dynamic fight sequences, and rich thematic elements create a satisfying and thought-provoking cinematic experience. We hope you liked the movie. Tell us in the comments which movie is your favorite one in the No Retreat, No Surrender series. Please subscribe our channel and we hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. See you next time.